Well, good morning. Let's see what song we're hearing today. Just talking, I guess. Anyway, today is Wednesday, March 6th, and we're going to pick up Birdie. It's my turn to drive for water aerobics. It's 2. I don't even know what the wind chill is, but it's 2. It's cold, but it's sunny. That's always a good sign, because that means that the sidewalks will be clearer. And we're supposed to go up to 40 this weekend. Yay! I can't wait. Next week starts a whole string of birthdays. Not too many birthdays this week, but next week we have a whole string of them. So anyway, I'm picking Birdie up now, and then we're going to go to water aerobics. And then after water aerobics, I'm going to go get ashes, because today's Ash Wednesday. I've decided that for my breakfast, I'm going to have a half a bagel with some Laughing Cow cheese and a hard-boiled egg and a cup of tea. And then for lunch, because I'm going to eat 3 meals, even though they're going to be small. For lunch, I'm just going to have some berries, like a bowl of berries, or fruit, or whatever you want to call it. And then for dinner, I'm going to have a tuna sandwich on a wellness wrap with some cottage cheese and some vegetables with it. I know that's way, way under my points, but I'm not concentrating on points today. I'm just concentrating on sacrificing. So I like the quote I picked at the beginning today, because as I tell you, I start my day off. I have a couple books of quotes that I read. I have some Bible verses that I read. Gina sent me a daily calendar that I use that, and I say my regular prayers, and then I just think about my day. But I found this quote, and I really do think it really applies to my mindset. And I don't remember it exactly word for word, but I know that it was something like, you can't change your destination overnight, but you can decide. How did that go? See, now I just remembered it. It was, you can't change your destination overnight, but you can change your determination overnight. And I'm determined. I really am determined to make this a successful plan to get back on track. I'm so tired of not losing weight. I'm just so tired of it. And I just want to get back to that. You've lost that loving feeling again. Because, not in the same sense that the Righteous Brothers sang it, but I want to get back to that feeling. I've lost that feeling. I've lost that feeling deep inside of me, of the sense of pride, the sense of job well done, I was always taught, and I raised my children the same way. They could come home with a failing grade in something, but if they really, really tried their best, and they really, really were determined to do their best, but just somehow it just never happened, I didn't care, because they tried their best. And sometimes you just come across things in life that no matter how hard you try, and no matter how much effort you put into it, you just can't do it. You just can't. I've got things in my life that I can't do, and I'm really determined to overcome them, but I really have a hard time with it. It doesn't mean that I don't try. My driving is a prime example. I don't like driving. I hate driving, but I know I have to drive to get places. But there's a certain point that my anxiety just takes over, and I try, and I feel the sense of accomplishment in the fact that I have tried to do better, and I do better. But I don't fault myself for not being able to achieve it. As long as I'm putting forth a strong effort, that's all that really matters. There was a point in my life that I was afraid to go anywhere. I was afraid to be alone, and I've said this in the past. I never left my house alone. I could never be alone. When Jim and I first got married, we both left for work at the same time, so it wasn't a problem. And we only had the one car, so he would drop me off at work, or I would drop me off at my mother's and my mother would drive me to work. But then when I had Jimmy was when the realization came that I was going to be a stay-at-home mom and I would have to be alone. And I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I would pack up the house, pack up all this stuff in the morning, and Jim would drop me at my mother's house, and I'd spend the day with my mother. And then he'd pick me up and we'd go home. I was never alone. If I had to go to the store for something, the store was at the corner of my street. It couldn't have been 50 yards from my house was the nearest store. I could not go to that store by myself. There was no way I could leave my house to go to that store to get anything, no matter what was needed. I just couldn't do it. If I went shopping with anybody and I was looking at something on this rack and you wanted to go over to that rack, I'd have to go with you to that rack. I couldn't stay alone at this rack. And with a lot of prayer and a lot of self-evaluation, I overcame that. And it really wasn't, it was for a long time. I would say a good, I hate to think it, but it was a good 15, 16 years I could not be alone. My sister Mary even moved in with me because I just couldn't be alone. But now I love being alone. I don't have a problem being alone. And it was just something that I achieved. So that's coming back to my weight loss. I know I can achieve it if I just put some more effort into it. I put so much effort into it at the beginning. And I really was successful because I really tried. And now I use the excuse, well, freestyle doesn't work for me. No, it's because I'm not working with freestyle. It can work. It really can work. It's just a matter of you have to make it work. And that's my determination and that's my goal. I am going to be deeper than I have ever been, deeper in prayer to overcome this lack of ability to lose weight, because I know with prayer I can do it. And just self-congratulations, I can do it. Just know that it's possible, that anything is possible if you try it. And like I said, if I fail, it won't be for lack of effort. And I'm going to try my best. I really am. And like I said with my kids, you know, they would have liked to have been professional ball players. That wasn't in their future. But that didn't keep them from going out there playing ball and doing their best and trying their best. They may not have been on the all-star team, but they were an all-star to me because they went out there every day and they had effort. Even if they kept striking out, I kept telling them, one time you'll hit the ball. And that first time they hit that ball and they run around the bases and the sense of pride on their face, they just know it was worth all that effort. It was just worth hanging in there. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hang in there. So, okay, I got to call Birdie now, let her know to get ready. So I'll talk to you guys when the Birdie's in the car. Well, Birdie's being a Pokemon. She's being really slow. But she had to get her hat out of the car. Now she's just toot, toot, toot. She forgot to close the garage door, so I got to remind her. Don't forget you got to close the garage door.
Oh, shit.
She doesn't remember anything. She thinks she's in her car. It's my turn to drive, not hers. Let's learn her secret code so that we can sneak into her house when she's not looking. She doesn't even know her code. She's got to do it again. There. Third time was the charm. But here she comes, slowly walking along. There she is.
Hello, my friends. It's colder than heck again.
It's cold. I think it's 2.
Yeah, that's what I think I heard on with the wind chill.
Yeah, we're still going.
We're still going swimming.
Although the water was warm on Monday.
It wasn't bad.
It wasn't too bad. You don't want it too warm because you need your muscles to relax.
But we're supposed to be 40s and 50s this weekend.
We're looking. And Birdie's going to buy me batteries for all my clocks.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, say goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, I'm back from church. I got my ashes. I'm going to eat a little earlier today. I'm going to eat some small meals. I'm going to start off with a half of a bagel, a hard-boiled egg, a banana, and some tea. I have a half of a Lender's bagel for 3 points, and I have 1 Laughing Cow cheese for 1 point. So I started my day with a prayer. I drank 50 ounces of water. My quote is, hoping means seeing the outcome, you want is possible, and then working towards it. 23 smart points, 3 for my half of my bagel, 1 point for my Laughing Cow cheese, and 0 for my egg, banana, tea, and water. It's 4 points. I still have 19 points left for the rest of my day. Okay, I'm going to have some lunch. I'm going to have some berries, a grapefruit, a cup of tea, and a glass of water. It's 0 points for my berries, grapefruit, tea, and water. So I still have 19 points left for my dinner. Like I told you, I'm not worried about carrying over any points, and I'm going to be having very light food today. Okay, for dinner, I'm going to have a tuna sandwich because it's Ash Wednesday and I don't eat meat on Ash Wednesday or Fridays during Lent. So I only used 4 points, 0 for my tomato, my tuna, my apple, tea and water, 1 point for a tablespoon of Miracle Whip, and 3 points for my half a cup of cottage cheese. I only used 8 points today, but like I told you, it was just a day of sacrifice for me. But I think this will be pretty filling. I think I'll be fine. Well, that's going to do it for tonight. I went to water aerobics. Oh my gosh, she really worked us out hard today. Even everybody, when they were leaving, they were like, oh my gosh, what was their problem? We were all really sore. She really, usually we do like 20 minutes in the shallow end and then 20 minutes in the deep end and then 20 minutes back in the shallow end. No, she only had us like 15 minutes in the shallow end, and then she had us a full almost 40 minutes in the deep end, and you work harder in that. I am not a strong swimmer by any means, although they give us noodles to hang on to do the exercises with, but I worked. Let me tell you, I worked. And then afterwards I went to church for Lenten services and got my ashes, and then I had to pick Alyssa up from school because Jimmy had a dentist appointment. And just stayed on track today. I've been reading your comments, and I love that you guys are so honest with me. I really do, because a lot of you have said that it's not my portion sizes, it's the Suzy Q's and the Girl Scout cookies and the weekend eating, and I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. But I think for Lent, you're going to see a whole different Sandy. If you haven't been with me since the very beginning, you're going to see the beginning Sandy, because I think I did really well at the beginning. I know I did really well at the beginning. I'm trying to think back to why I did so well at the beginning, and I know this is not the Weight Watcher mantra, but the reason I did so well at the beginning is because I was hungry. And not hungry in the sense for lack of food. It was just hungry because my mind kept thinking I had to eat. I find that with, and a lot of you have made the comment too, which I agree with, a lot of people think since they went to the freestyle that you just don't want to spend the points on the food, and I'm guilty of that. I try to eat more 0-point foods, but then I go crazy because I've just, like it gets boring after a while. And then I binge on the Suzy Q's and the pretzels and the nuts and the chips and going out to eat, and I make poor choices. I feel that for me to lose weight, I have to have those little hunger pangs, but realize that if I wait, because that's my problem, I haven't been waiting long enough to see if it was just that I was thirsty or if it was just that I thought I was hungry. I got a little hunger pang and I thought, oh my gosh, I got to eat something, and like I'd have some nuts, or I'd have like, pretzels or something. I would have something, and I really don't need to do that. Today is proof of that. You saw how little bit of food I ate today, which maybe to other people think that's a lot of food, but for me that was a little bit of food. And I'm not hungry. I'm not hungry. I had like little hunger pangs, I'll be honest with you, between meals, but I had put in my mind that I was going to eat my meals at certain times. I was going to eat my breakfast at 1, which I ate at 1. And then I was going to eat a lunch about 3:30, and I actually ate about 3:45. And then I wasn't going to eat my dinner till 7, and I ate my dinner at 7. So I spread the meals out during the day. I'm not, like I always thought I was, I'm just so hungry. I like almost, not starving, but like the expression, I was starving. That kind of but when I say that, that's what I mean. I wasn't by no means starving. But I did do a lot of self-reflecting today. I've got a couple. It was kind of nice because when I was at church, they were giving away free books to read through Lent. And so I picked up a couple books. And one of them was, I started reading in church before the service started, is I'm Dying to Be Happy. I only read one chapter, but my gosh, it really got my attention. And it's, the title sounds depressing, but let me tell you, it was anything but depressing. It was really thought-provoking, and it really got me thinking about a lot of different things. So I really do feel that not only am I going to have a spiritually successful Lent, I'm going to have be back on track in my mind, weight-wise. I know I'm going to make better choices. I know I am. By no means I'm going to starve. I am going to be hungry. I know that, but I think that's going to work for me, and I'm just going to offer it up as a bit of sacrifice. And it's going to give me 7 weeks to get my foot back in the door and edge my way in and close that door behind me that says that you should quit. Because I'm not going to quit. I'm just not going to quit. I'm not a quitter. I'm just not. So anyway, that's it for now, I guess. That's just about all. So, give this video, excuse me. I don't know what that came from. I have my apple, I guess, for my dinner is starting to work its way back up. But anyway, give this video a like. Leave a comment, subscribe, and share. And I will see you tomorrow. And I'm going to have another on-track day tomorrow. I know it. I'm hoping to go for a walk tomorrow because I'm thinking, just hoping this much that I can get out and get a walk in. So, okay, I'll see you guys in the morning.